Hey everybody, this is my 125 gallon native tank, and if you're wondering what all of the detritus blowing around in the tank is, it is just that. It's detritus blowing around the tank, and the reason it's blowing around the tank is because I just installed my new Powerhead, and it's a beast. It's 1,500 gallons per hour, and it is moving the water around this tank. I'm not really sure what to make of it yet. I just installed it. The fish are really active, but I gotta wait for all this detritus to settle down. Part of the activity is clearly the fish darting around, sampling every little thing they see in the water, the way fish often do, just in case any of it's food. So once the tank sort of clears out and settles down, I'll be able to get a better idea of how the water is affecting the fish's behavior. As long as there are places in the tank that they can go and find some calm water, even if it's just a little sort of eddy behind a rock or something, then that's okay. These fish are stream and river fish, but that doesn't mean they always sit out in fast current. Sunfish in particular live in streams and rivers, but tend to stay in calmer water, and you often find sunfish in lakes and ponds that have virtually no current. So that might be something to consider when I put my sunfish in this tank, whenever I catch the one I want or the multiple ones that I want. So again, this tank is just, it's going to constantly be evolving. But the fact that it is a native tank and the fish from around here are going to come out of my local rivers and streams or ponds or reservoirs. I want very highly oxygenated water. I want lots of filtration. I want lots of circulation. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to start with, let's see, what do I have now? I've got 1,500 gallons on that one. This little one up here at the top is another 240. And then I've got, we'll call it like around 350. So I've got about 2,000 gallons per hour circulating around this tank. May not seem that way, but it is. And there are different things you can do with your spray bar and where your power heads are located, the decor of the tank, the way the structure is set up. All of these different things can direct or disrupt the flow of water around the tank. So even though I've got 2,000 gallons an hour moving around in there, it's not like it's swirling around in a circular tub and it's going to create a whirlpool. As that water moves around, it goes through these rocks and gets rechanneled and redirected, and some of the water flows against itself in certain areas, and so it really breaks the movement up. It just keeps the water moving around the tank, and the more the water moves from in the tank up to the surface, we'll get the gas exchange, and then it moves back down into the water column, and that real high turnover, that thorough, vigorous circulation will keep this tank pretty much as oxygenated as I can keep it without putting an actual air stone in the tank. And I really can't stand air stones, especially if we're talking about a native tank. I have yet to come across any spot in nature that has a constant stream of bubbles rising out of it. So we're not going to do the air stone. We're going to go with the high amounts of circulation for now. Other than that, I haven't really made any changes in this tank. I just wanted to do a preliminary look at the current now that I've put that new Powerhead on. I am going to try to get out this afternoon and have another go at catching sunfish that I think will be worthy of going in this tank. I'm going to try a new location this time. There are a lot of different species of sunfish around here, but they're all fairly localized. You can literally go from one cove to the next out at the reservoir and find different species inhabit different areas. So today I'm going to try a spot I haven't tried yet this year and see if I can't do something. So as always, make sure you're subscribed. That way whenever I do get what I'm going to be putting in here and this tank starts to take shape, it'll be awesome and you won't miss it. One final thing before I go, I want to have a look here at the original Powerhead that was in there. This is the 850, and it is pretty much the same size Powerhead. Everything about it is the same, so presumably that just has a higher wattage motor in it, a little impeller in it, and that allows it to just spin faster and move more water. I don't generally do free advertisements and commercials for companies. I don't really do product reviews and stuff like that, but I will say this is a Koralia by Hydor. I really like these Powerheads. I won't say I've got experience with other brands. I'm the kind of person that if I find something I like, I just stick with it. And from day one, I've never had a single issue with these Powerheads. They're silent. They're virtually vibration free. You plug them in and you forget about them, and they will just move water around your tank pretty much forever, as far as I can tell. I've had them up and running in my tanks for years without any problems whatsoever. So this one is going to get cleaned up and sterilized, and eventually it is going to end up over here in my angelfish tank. And then we'll see how that goes. As you can see, this tank also has a lot of rocks and decor and plants and everything. So the Powerhead I have in here is more or less in the same position and serving the same purpose. It's just a much smaller Powerhead. I think that's 450 gallons per hour. So I'm going to double that up, and we will get a lot more movement in this tank. And if it turns out to be too much, I can always put the one that's in there back, because obviously how it is now is working just fine, and there's no need for me to really change it if I don't have to. I would like to get some more circulation in there though, so we're going to move the 850 over to there soon. Look forward to a video on that. Again, if you're subscribed, you won't miss that either. So one final look here at the native tank. Make sure you're subscribed. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you real soon on the next one.